Hello everybody, welcome back to a video, and today I'm going to be discussing The Marvels. You might be thinking, Caden, two things. One, why now? And two, why did you watch this thing in the first place? Alright, well, I said to myself, I'm going to watch every MCU project. There are points that I've regretted saying that. This was one of those. This was horrendous, actually. I actually watched this one, I want to say last month, but it took me a while to, I guess, recover from it, because, I will be honest, this movie did almost melt my brain. It's actually really bad. So, let's get into it. I try to be optimistic, so let's talk about things that are good. From what I've seen with Samuel L. Jackson, even if he has a bad script, he still tries to deliver a good performance. So I think it's pretty easy to say Samuel L. Jackson is the highlight of the movie. Okay? But the plot makes no sense. But that's getting into things I don't like, so we're going to stay away from that. I like the return of Kelsey Grammer as Beast in the post-credit scene. Spoilers. That was a good cameo. And yeah, so kind of now let's move on to things I'm kind of mixed on, which is the main three, the Marvels themselves. I don't really care for any of them. And I'll be honest, I've seen Brie Larson in a couple of things, but she always acts essentially like a robot. It's just kind of true. You know, people are saying, oh, this person's a robot. If there's a human robot, that is Brie Larson. In this movie, she attempts to deliver something kind of resembling, being a human. So, I mean, it's something, but it's still not great. But, she at least tries to act like a human being instead of a robot in this movie. So, the plot makes no sense. However, let's get into things I don't like. The plot of this movie makes zero stinking sense. So we got these two magic bracelets, which are supposed to help this lady steal elements or different things from planets, and she tries to steal the Earth's sun at some point. Sure, why not? Let's roll with that. Now, I will be honest here. The last trailer I think it was for this movie, actually set up something kind of cool, which didn't happen, and I think could have made the movie a little bit better. Which is a cult of Thanos. Right? If this movie had actually done what the trailers were advertising and had set up sort of these people that were fans of Thanos willing to continue his legacy, or willing to hunt down the people that survived the Battle of Earth. I mean, let's be honest, that would be pretty cool, because that would make this movie more interesting. It would make it a full-on revenge thriller, which could have made for a really interesting movie. But yeah, I don't really care for the villain motivation. Is literally steal the Earth's sun is what it comes down to, that's the ultimate card. That's Mr. Burns in The Simpsons. He doesn't steal the sun, he blocks out the sun. That's more realistic than this. But yeah, the movie, it does not make sense. It really does not. But I will say, if someone forced me, duct taped me to a chair and said, alright, you're going to have to watch either this or the original Captain Marvel, honestly, I would go with this one, because it's just so bad that it's kind of funny. It's kind of like what most people view Sharknado as. The Marvels is the MCU equivalent of Sharknado, except not good. You know, Sharknado is kind of good in the sense of it's fun to watch. The Marvels is just not. It's not a fun movie. It is actually really bad. And look, I try to be optimistic about movies, but this is just bad. Oh boy. Seriously, you want to talk about dips in quality in Marvel? You went from what might be the best Marvel MCU movie with Guardians 3 to a contender for the worst. Seriously, Marvel. You went from the high highs of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 to bottom 5, I'd be willing to argue, for maybe every MCU project. At least the movies. But yeah, this is just not a good movie. I mean, unless you are dead set on watching every single MCU project, I would not recommend watching the Marvels. I just would not. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe it looks like with the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, they'll be rising to, if not Guardians 3 levels of good, maybe somewhere close to there. So, I mean, there's some stuff to look forward to, but oh boy, yeah, this movie was horrific, and it did melt my brain. Well, if you want to hear me talk about good Marvel movies, I did a video covering the best movie for every year I've been alive. But if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.